Namaste everyone. Myself Sairam from grade 9th,
And I am Jamunesh from grade 9th.
and today we welcome you all to the very first episode of Gita for Young Minds. Here at the Radiant World School, we follow Japanese mode of learning, inculcating discipline, consistency, and reflections that are deeply rooted in our own Indian values. Today, our purpose is to understand ancient wisdom connecting modern students.
Today we start with something we have already heard of, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Before we jump how it relates to our life, let us ask the basic question. What does Srimad Bhagavad Gita means to you?
Yes, Jamnesh. The Gita is a spiritual dialogue consisting of 700 verses and 18 chapters, forming a great part of the Indian epic Mahabharata. Jamnesh, do you know why is it so special? Because it's not a religious text. It's spoken in a moment of crisis.
Exactly, Sairam. The scene is so dramatic on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Moment before the war started, Arjun, the great warrior, was so confused. He saw his teacher, cousin, and loved ones on both sides, and he broke out. And then he started questioning about justice, morality, equality, etc.
And that's when Lord Krishna steps in as his charioteer, not as a god giving his commands, but as a mentor guiding his student. That's why Gita feels so relevant to us, because it's not a textbook, it's a conversation, a human counseling, a human movement.
And Sairam, if you think, we all have our own Kurukshetra moments, friendship, expectations, preparations, exam, results, etc. So Arjun is in each one of us.
Yes, Jamnesh, let's see how Krishna assists us today. Jamnesh, since we're talking about relevance, how do you think Gita still matters in the 21st century?
Great question, Sairam. Today's world is fast, hyper-competitive, full of confusion, full of comparison. But Gita teaches us how to stay centered. There is a beautiful shlok in Gita. Yogastaha Guru Karmani. This shlok means be steadfast in yoga, perform your duty without getting attached to success or failure. Gita teaches us focus more on your preparation than your pressure.
Exactly, Jamnesh. And I will add even one more shlok that hits harder today. Chanchal hi manha Krishna. It means that the mind is turbulent, powerful, and difficult to control. Isn't this all of us, Jamnesh? Scrolling Insta reels for hours, feeling anxious for no reason, and overthinking about results. The Gita acknowledges all our struggle. It does not shame us all. That's why it's timeless. It understands human nature better than any other modern self-help books.
And Sairam, you know what's unique about our school is? We encourage to blend ancient clarity with Japanese discipline. Small steps, everyday improvement. The Gita gives us why, and our learning model gives how. Okay, Sairam, here is my question to you. Gita talks so much about dharma, our duties. What duties does student have in this 21st century?
I think Arjuna's confusion reflects our duty is not just about studying, it's about being honest, respectful, compassionate for others, and taking responsibility for ourselves. Krishna tells Arjuna that work done with clarity and purpose becomes meaningful.
True, Sairam. And how do you think we can apply it practically?
For example, preparing for exams without being panicked, helping others without competing destructively, being disciplined without losing kindness, and doing the work even when the motivation is low. The Gita tells that intentions matter as much as the action. Now, Jamnesh, let me ask you a question. How can Gita be implemented in a generation that wants quick success and instant results?
If anything, Gita teaches us patience. It teaches us that discipline beats mood and clarity beats chaos. Students can use it as a compass, not to become perfect, but to stay steady.
Before we end today's episode, here's something to think about. The Gita tells that the highest form of yoga is Karma Yoga, actions done without attachment.
But Sairam, in this world, everything is measured with marks, achievements, even social media likes. Is it really possible for students to act without expecting results?
And even if we did, would it make us weaker or would it make us unstoppable? That's the question we are leaving you with. Think about it till the next episode. Thank you for listening to Gita for Young Mind.
Hare Krishna.